Hello, everybody, and welcome. Today I'm going to run the zombie sewers with Lockpick 2 on Rocktropia. So we'll go ahead and do that. I've already got a key repaired here. You want to make sure you repair these keys because you get the TT back on it. Basically, if you don't repair the key, you're getting that much less of potential markup in stuff back. So it's a good idea to do that because there's usually different markup in the instances. Not always, of course, but this is Lockpick 2, and then what we want to do is equip it, and it'll show it's the 2nd Street subway is way out there, which is up in Zomhattan. So we'll go to this map here, and it's going to be way all the way up here by Bamf. So we'll go to Bamf headquarters, BAMF. And then from here, we can just hop onto something. And fly on over. Now, this lockpick also opens up. There is an instance with Vixens that it will open up as well. And there's also an instance with the gangbangers. Yeah, I'm forgetting what the different names of them are. They have all kinds of like bank robbers and all kinds of things of that nature. So there's 3 different instances you can get with the key. This one, of course, is the zombie instance. I like this one a lot. It's for the zombie mission. It's actually really, really great, especially if you've got some explosives. So I'll show you how nice it is, and we'll do the whole thing. We'll just do every little nook and cranny. And it'll show you the total kills at the end. It really won't take that long with one of these. In fact, let me detach these. I don't know if I want to use these, but we'll see how it turns out. In fact, I probably don't, but oh well. Oops. Didn't want to do that. All right. So here we are, 2nd Street subway. Got all our stuff. We're all repaired. We got some ammo. We got all our stuff that we need. I'm going to go ahead and change my rings up. Get my right armor on. I don't need my crafting buff in there. So here we go. I'm going to take our lockpick. Looks like the game is not. Let me look at this here. Trying to see if I can get the. That's interesting. The game isn't showing up on the sound splitter here. So I don't know if we're going to get any game sounds, but that's pretty bizarre, actually. Anyway, here we go. Actually, you know what? I can't. I already started it. Gonna try to maybe go back since we got no sound. Now there's a thing up here that you pretty much have to jump down into. And here we are. The main thing, there's a red light. So the main thing on these is there's a red light on the floor that I'll show you here on the different areas, but we're going to do the whole thing. So I'm going to kind of jump around a little bit here. And yeah, I don't need to loot these dudes because we have a little thing at the end. So basically there's a big room up here. And then there's a little hallway that goes up to the big room, and then it goes off to some other stuff. I don't know. Maybe I can do a map of that. I have a map of it somewhere that I've done up. But as you can see with the explosives, it goes really, really quite quick. But it is kind of a long deal if you're going through like we're going to do. At least I'll do most of it. I don't think I'll do like maybe not every nook and cranny. We'll be pretty close to being done with all of it. So this is usually, okay, so this little hallway here basically comes all the way out to here, which is the entrance again. There's our other zombies. And as you can see, follow the red flares is what it says here, and there's a red flare on the ground. So it's saying go that way, even though I'm going to come back around this way because there's another tunnel with some more zombies. I like to just kill as many zombies as I can in this while I'm doing it, and it ends up being pretty quick, few hundred. We'll see how it is at the end here. And I apologize that we don't have any, I don't know what's up with my computer. For some reason, Firefox didn't have any sound, and now Entropia is not showing up at all. I wonder if there's something. Yeah, Entropia used to have sound settings where you could, from in the game there, you could set like the sound device. And that was really, really nice. And I don't know what happened. They took it out. Because if there was a problem like this, you could just set the sound device and all of a sudden it would be on the right sound device. But that is no more. But it can get a little confusing in here if you're not familiar with it, for sure. But by and large, all these little corridors are going to lead to that first room that we were at. So that first one, you could see that we backed. Now this is that room again, that big main room. So we'll go back through. And then there's another corridor we missed over here that we can finish off, and it'll go back to the main room. So there's this corridor here will also go to this main room. And then we've basically covered all of the mobs before the first main room. And these rooms are basically set up. Let me see if I can sometimes the what do we want here? There we go. So that make it a little less bright on us. It's the post-processing mount. If you have problems with that post-processing seems to be the trick. Now in these big rooms, so we've already been through there. That's the main entrance. This is the one here, and then that's the one we just hit. And then if you stay in these main rooms here, basically there'll be a timer and they'll spawn all kinds of things. Now that's the one you want to follow right there, the red flares. But like I say, I like to try to hit all the different corridors just to get the max zombies per run. Eventually, I think these dead end. So, once you're in that main room, you can kind of branch off a little bit and you'll kind of come back to it. But there's other big main rooms like that down the road. And there is a couple ways to bypass this first room and get to other rooms. So it gets kind of confusing but once you run it a bunch of times, you get lost in here a couple times and you end up finding your way. So it's just kind of the nature of it. But like this is a dead end, but this is all just extra zombies you get to kill. And for the mission, you will see at the end the total counter. But this is why I really like if you can get an explosive like that. It's almost, these are perfect for the groups of 4, at least for the key 2. I know the one as you go up, and even the smaller explosives on key 1 would probably be okay too. It's the same thing. It's just the zombies are a little bit lower level on key 1, and then they're also I forgot to show you the timer on that. We'll go back to that room and I'll show you the timer. So this is another big room up here. So this is where eventually you're going to follow that red thing, and you're going to end up into this room, that red flare. But we don't want to go into that room yet. So we're just kind of going around and killing whatever we can in between them. That'll go into that big room, so we don't need to worry about those creatures. So then I just go back just to simplify it. So there's our red flare. Now these will lead to different places. I'm going to go to that one where we did, and let's go to the far one here first. This far one, I think, goes to another room off to the side here. Or no, it doesn't. It has a dead end. One of those 4 goes into a something else. Oh, and this timer up here, if you see there's noise level increases in 8, 7, 6, 5. If you stick around in that room, I'll show you maybe after this one. But if you stick around in that room, then a ton of them will spawn on you. It'll be like a big old massive wave. I just like to kill all these guys off before that happens, and then run back there and finish off the room until they're dead, and then move to the next one. Because it's a nice bunch of zombies that spawns. All right, so we're in that other room again. So these are guys that are coming, I think, from the other. We've attracted them from this. Or no, they spawn. Sometimes they spawn a little late on these. If you run through too fast. But sometimes also, like, we might have already pulled some of these guys in this tube over here. We'll see. Oh no. Sometimes if they've already spawned, then they'll, once you come out of the one tube, a bunch of dudes will come out of the other tube, because you're basically running right next to them through this wall here. But as you can see, it gets pretty confusing if you're not, if you haven't done it a bunch of times, or if you're not too familiar with things. If you do kind of keep track in your head where you're at, because otherwise it can be a little bit. All right, so that's another room we don't want yet. So now I think all we've got is the flare. Yeah, like these guys we might have aggroed from somewhere else. I don't know. Oh, shoot, now I forget where I went. Let's see, so I went that way, and I want to go this way now. I think this is just a dead end up here, but there's only a couple places where it really backs up, and that's towards the end. You know you're towards the end when there's just zombies forever. Dead end, dead end. Room. And even still, all the big rooms will have a flare. So if you do kind of lose your way a little bit, the big room will, if you end up in a big room, like I don't even know, I think this might be the second room. I don't even remember where I'm at right now. Yeah, I don't even remember where I'm at right now. So I'm gonna go back this way and these guys we must have aggroed because we were just right next to them, next to the wall or something. Or maybe that's where I was. I was gonna go to that room. And there might be like a shortcut through there to get to the, because like this is there's a couple big rooms over here that are right next to each other. And I don't know if they're where we want to be even. Oh, see, I bypassed the first door, but somehow, because these are the red flares that are supposed to be coming back. This red flare is going to be towards the room that we were at. So somehow we've already gone way ahead, because this is that first room that we were originally branching off of. But I think we hit all the corridors now. Oh wait, no, this isn't even. No, this isn't even the first room, is it? So now the noise level is increased. So it should mean that there's a bunch of spawns that come out of here, but I'm not seeing them anymore. I don't know why that is. Every time that noise level increases, they should be spawning, unless they're in that first room, or I don't know. It appears we got lost somehow. But you can see that even though we got lost, there's red flares that'll start pointing us to the right direction. I wonder if this is it. Yeah, this is the first room. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so here we got a horde attack. So in this first room here, when the timer goes off, it's basically all these guys start spawning in at you, and it's a nice little. It'll do a wave for a bit, but then it'll die off, and then you can go to another room. It'll do it. I don't know what's up with the graphics in here. That's kind of a annoying thing. It hasn't happened before. I don't know what's causing it. Might be good that the sound is off anyway. These guys get kind of annoying with their moaning and their groaning and the explosives. All right. I don't know where that dude came from. So this would be the second room. And then, of course, our beacon is going to be somewhere in here. Yeah, there it is. Boy, that light thing is annoying. All right, since we already hit these beacons, I think I've already cleared out most of these anyway. And we cleared most of those out. Now this one, I think I can go down. No. And that we already did. We're really not too far from the end at this point, I don't think. And see, there's another beacon there. So it's pretty much always going to be like on the right. If you kind of stick to the right, you'll always get. But for the zombie mission, it's, I don't know if you're watching the counters, but the counter's going up pretty good. Got 4,000 out of, I forgot how much I started with. But it adds up. I really enjoy running these. I also really enjoy killing the big zombies, so that's usually where all my zombies are. That's where my kills are usually, is all the big ones, because I like to kill those. Which is a lot slower for missions, but when you want to, if you want to really boost the zombie mission speed, you can come in here and like this. It's kind of fun. I'm disappointed about that sound. I don't even know why it's not showing on my. See, this might be another room entirely. Or it could be one of the rooms that we were already at. Doesn't have a beacon, does it? And I haven't really entirely mapped this place out. I mean, it's possible that there's other stuff in here that maybe you can, like a secret thing you can unlock, or, you know, I'm not sure. Looks like we got another room straight forward. Horde attack is getting weak. I'm really hating whatever that. See if that does anything. Did that do it? Oh yeah, we did it. Okay, so disabling those features will get rid of that crazy thing. So I don't know, where did we pop out of? I think we popped out of there. This is a lot easier to see what's going on though. But yeah, we were at 4,000, 4,000. Now we're at 4,150. So these kills really add up. I love it when I crit on a big group like that. They just all fall over. Nope, didn't. But like I say, I mean, you can rack up a lot of kills just with one key by just exploring it. And even if you get lost a little bit, it can be a little bit frustrating. But the main thing to remember is that little red light. If wherever, eventually you're going to jump into a place that'll have, you'll see it, and then just follow it. And make sure you always follow it to where it's on this side of the edge. You know, if it's on this side, then it's basically saying go this way. Oh yeah, this one I think is the one that gets a little crazy once you go down it. Because even though it's kind of empty now, it'll fill up. I think this is the one. There's one of them like this. It snakes, and then all of a sudden a ton of them will spawn in it. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate you watching. I know this is kind of boring, but I appreciate you watching. And if you're still watching, coming along on the journey with me, even though we got no sound. For the mission, though, it's great. Okay, now we're back into, I think we're back into the room that has the beacon. Yep. So we'll just go this way. And now we're towards, I think that's the last room. I don't know, we'll see. It starts to get really heavy once you start ending the, oh yeah, it's this one, I think it goes. Yeah, this one is a good corridor because there's a lot of zombies that spawn it. Now, if you're running out of ammo or something, you might want to skip this corridor because it's pretty much a dead end, but you got to fight to get out of it. Dang, that did so much better for the graphics. That little change. Ooh, rocket skill boost. 31% for 15 minutes on skill on Grenadier. The other thing that's kind of a bummer is we're actually doing a lot of damage to a lot of different mobs right now because they're going through the wall. But eventually they'll all they'll go unreachable, a lot of them. So then if you're using something like this, it's not as effective because then it's only hitting like 3 or 4 mobs at a time. So you have to try to run around and try to get them to touch you. Get all kinky on you. It's like another 100 zombies we just knocked out. But usually, you know, as long as they can, every once, you know, sometimes it takes them a bit to hit you if you got some evade, but the main point is just try to run around the other zombies that are blocking their way from doing that. And then it just starts getting a little crazy through here. But that's where you know you're towards the end. It's not a very long thing, even if you take the time to go through all the different little corridors here. Let's see here, I'm gonna go. I don't think this is gonna do anything either. I don't know if there's another one of those. This might be another kind of like the other one. I might get another 50 kills or something. No, there's nothing that I'm aware of. It's possible in that other big room where there's no beacon that there might be a corridor down there. I haven't really gone through all of those corridors that I can recall. But I suppose there's possible, like in the booty raid instance, there's every once in a while you'll find a like there is a kind of like a secret place where you hit the lucky dice. And I'm not even sure what the lucky dice does, but it does something to the loot, and you can keep rolling it. So it's an interesting little thing that you could find. You could also find it in the crib raid. That's what it is, the crib raid. So there's the booty raid, the crib raid, and the sewers. And I imagine there's probably something that you can click in the sewers that I just haven't found yet that might do something like that. You know, might give you some sort of, I don't know what it would do. I don't even know what the lucky dice does, to be honest with you. I don't think it does much of anything, but there might be some kind of an effect. And if you can kind of zip around those corners kind of quick and get in the middle of these guys, if you got the armor for it, you know, if you're still kind of a new player, this might be a little overwhelming, but you know, the more you can get past those guys and in the middle of them so that they can all kind of get unblocked from getting hit, get their unreachable. Status knocked off. It's like that one only killed one dude because and sometimes it's better just stand there and wait a sec. Make sure these dudes actually, I like that dude. Took him a while. And this is pretty much, it just starts getting heavy from here. Kind of crazy how you can just run through some of these guys because they spawn kind of slow. Sometimes you can run right through before they even have a chance, you know. So there might be a possibility that I've never really tried it, but there might be a possibility if you knew exactly where you were going that you could zip all the way through these dudes. It's really good for the mission though, so I don't know, you know. It wouldn't really be worth doing that, I'm not sure. And, you know, the more kills you get, the more it's going to multiply your loot at the end. It's the more base that's going into it, the more chances you have for some things. Kind of like a higher cost per click and crafting kind of thing. And I don't think any of these back here, once you get past that one beacon back there, I think they're all kind of dead ends back here. For the most part. You don't have to worry about getting too lost back here. Like I say, I suppose there might be one of those that has a little thing you can click at the end of it that maybe I haven't gone all the way through. So those guys and those guys. All right, so those three are all dead ends back there. And that's dead end, and then I believe these both dead ends. Like something sticking out there. Such a nice crit. 100 on all of those. And the other part about doing like all the zombies that you can is it'll kind of, you have a better chance to global at the end of it. It'll be a bigger loot at the end. So it's not like it's, you know, lost cause by killing these guys. Especially if you get a skill buff going. See, this is there's things like this that make you wonder, like, where else might be something that's kind of set up for having something. I don't know why these boxes are here and not anywhere else, you know? Makes you wonder sometimes if there is something. All right, so I think we can go both ways and it'll lead us to the same place, I think. I think that other place is quicker. I'm not sure. I think one of them is quicker. Yeah, I think that other one just goes down the hallway. Dead end that just spawned some dudes, I think. I know we're near the end here. And I want to say it's going to be 700 kills or something like that for what we've been doing here. It's really nice. Like one more key and I think I'd be, well, definitely I'll be done with this little mission and one more key. I might be kind of pushing it by the time we get through all the rest of these guys. I'm hitting all those guys way back there instead. Until they go unreachable, it won't start hitting these guys. It's kind of interesting how it picks all the guys in the back first. Jeez, I killed so many. Just through the wall there. But when it's like this, it dilutes all the damages down to where you're only doing little bits at a time to each. Instead of big chunks. Yeah, let's see, here's where I probably want to just start jumping through here and getting these guys to start touching me. Sorry about all the clicking. Just have to wait on these guys to actually do something. That guy, that guy, and that guy. There we go. And sometimes those are full and sometimes they're not. I don't know what the deal is. But yeah, this is the... Whoa. This is where you get flooded, apparently. So yeah, this is the end for the most part. You come up here and interact. And then we go in here and we got to destroy that thing. All right, so we have 30 seconds till server dump. And now we gotta grab the loot. Just this little chest here. And 323 ped worth of stuff for running through all that. 929 killed creatures in 42 minutes. So that gives you kind of an idea of what to expect in there. Like I say, it's a great mission. There's a lot of Open containers 1 of 1. And then killed creatures 929. So there it is. Key 2, 2nd Street Subway. I appreciate you watching. I hope you guys have a good day. And hope it helped. And I'll talk to you later. Thank you very much. Forgoification on YouTube and Forgo TV on Twitch. Thanks and have a good day.